So I have this legacy challenge that I've been playing on YouTube, and I am slightly obsessed with this family. I think a lot of you are as well. We're all in the same boat here, and I just built a new house for our 4th generation of this family. And so today I'm gonna take you through what I built. So let's game, shall we? Now, at this point in this Bell family legacy, we've got a decent amount of money, and we also have a lot more space than we used to. So just for like a little brief overview, this is my short lifespan legacy challenge that I refer to sometimes as my nightmare legacy challenge, because when you play on short lifespan, just so much happens at all times. It literally just always is something bad. No matter what, there's always something going on in this series. I've got a toilet that catches fire, I've got a cow plant, I have a murderous pond full of piranhas in my backyard. Like, we just have a lot happening. But also, because it's short lifespan, you don't have that much time for your Sims to like make money in a career. You know, usually with like regular lifespan or long lifespan, your Sims are working for a lot longer and they get higher in their career because they've got more time. And so you just have a lot more money a lot faster. Short lifespan's more difficult. So usually by like Gen 4, you'd probably have hundreds of thousands of simoleons. This house ends up being worth more like 80,000 simoleons, which, to be honest, I prefer, because I don't really have that much fun playing Sims when my Sims get too rich. Like, I would much rather them struggle a little bit more, but obviously this house is by far the nicest one we've had. Once we get to this point, we've got a bunch more money than before, so 80k is a nice, decent home. This is a more modern house than I usually build, obviously, as you can probably already tell. I've kind of gone through phases with these Sims. Like, we had like a Mediterranean style house, then we had like a more modern, like black and white house, then we had like a Mediterranean style house again, and now we're back to the more modern. This one is kind of reminiscent of the Landgraf family's house because we live across the street from them. I feel like it's bad to say that I was inspired by the Landgrafs for this home, but like, I was a little bit. You probably don't want to admit that, but I was. I wanted it to like match with the neighborhood, you know, I didn't want it to look too out of place, so I built this one. I think it looks like it fits in pretty well. It ends up being 4 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms, but it also has an office, so it like could pass as 5 bedrooms, which is what I wanted, because right now I have a lot of Sims living here. Like, I've got the Gen 3 Sim, Noah, and his wife that live here. They have 3 kids, all 3 of them still live here, but the new heir, the Gen 4 Sim, is gonna live here with his husband. So we need Cam and his husband's space, we need space for his twin brother, we need space for his younger brother, like, there's multiple generations in here right now, and obviously soon we're gonna be able to kick out, like, some of the brothers and end up having our own kids, but I just wanted to have plenty of space to grow into this home. I also wanted to use a lot of the new pack in here, because I feel like it's very appropriate for this style of house. Like, it's a pretty contemporary looking furnishing set with the new pack, so it blended in pretty well in my opinion. Now, I must warn you that in this household, I think this happens a lot when you've got Sims that you're like actually playing with. I think you end up doing things that are maybe a little bit weirder than you might do for like just a build that you're building for fun. So this house has some random things around the place. Perhaps the most normal is that I have the house like covered in family photos. Like, I just have gallery walls of family photos of my Sims everywhere. I mean, keep in mind, I have like 4 generations of wedding photos and stuff. Well, 3. Soon to be 4. Gerald and Cam are gonna get married soon, and I'm gonna have more pictures to hang up. But like, I've got photos everywhere, so you'll see that I'll cover the walls in my family pictures. I've also got like a bunch of things that my Sims have collected over the years, like trophies, fire ants, you know, the usual. So there's a couple like odd things sort of placed around. I've got paintings they've made over the years that I wanted to keep, so there's just a bunch of stuff on the walls that would maybe lead this to not be a house that you'd want to download, because it's very personalized for me and my gameplay. But if you want to grab it off the gallery, it's just, my name's lilsimsie on there. Keep in mind that because I've got like the in-game photos on the walls, for some reason the game sometimes counts paintings and photographs as being custom content even though they're not. So if you're looking for it, filter by include custom content and it should pop up. I don't know why it does that, but it does. I also cut out, you'll notice, a lot of me doing the floor plan. This house took me a lot longer than you think to finish it. I mean, I literally spent like all week. I've spent a lot of my free time this week working on this. I built like a couple variants originally that I ended up not liking, so I got rid of them and started over because I wanted it to be perfect. Like, because I'm actually playing in this house, it matters more to me than like other houses that I build. Not that those don't matter, but like a lot of times when I make houses, I'm just building them for like some random pretend family, you know? So like at its core, the house doesn't really matter what it looks like, because I don't know, like some made up teenager and their parents live there, so it doesn't actually matter. But because I'm playing with this household, with this family that I'm like actually obsessed with and I've been playing with for a long time, this home means a lot to me. So I was being very nitpicky. And also, kind of close to the end, I started running out of money. This always happens to me. I get a little bit too like spend happy, and I start spending a bunch of money everywhere and like making a really fancy backyard with a giant pool and like all this fencing and stuff. And then I end up trying to furnish like one of the last bedrooms, and I was like, oh no, I can't afford any wall decorations. Luckily, I have like so many photos and paintings that my Sims just have that they've unlocked over the years that like I could hang those up. Like the office has one of those prints from that you can get in debug, but my Sim found it in like the microscope once, and so I have that now. So luckily I have a lot of those things that I can just use as filler for the walls. Now in this family, I have this fire toilet. I think I mentioned it earlier. Basically, when your Sim maxes the handiness aspiration, they get this trait that makes it so that they can upgrade everything all at once. Like you could click on a toilet and click like super upgrade, and then it fills every upgrade on the appliance or plumbing or whatever. And so my first gen Sim was an astronaut who ended up finishing this like handiness aspiration. And so before she died, I had her like go around and super upgrade like my shower and my toilet and my sink and my fridge and all that stuff so that I would have it for a while, because I couldn't really afford to get nicer ones. So I was like, at the very least, can you upgrade the ones we have? Well, with Eco Lifestyle, that pack came with like this compost upgrade, so that when your Sims use the toilet, it like goes into compost, and then you can use the compost for like your worms and stuff. Well, I don't have any worms, and when I had her super upgrade the toilet, it upgraded to include that compost thing. If you don't use the compost, the toilet can occasionally spontaneously combust and catch on fire. Not kidding, it just explodes. And honestly, occasionally is probably an understatement. Like if you watch this Let's Play, I swear to God it happens like every single day. Once an episode, the toilet catches on fire. And I don't want to get rid of it because I love this fire toilet so much. But like, it's so dumb. So don't worry, we still have it. I put it in the downstairs like hall bathroom. So like the family bath that everyone can access downstairs, the fire toilet is in there. It lives on. This family also has 2 dogs right now. They have a Shih Tzu and they have a fox. The fox is called Megan and the Shih Tzu is, oh, wait, I don't remember. Oh no. Well, yeah, you can watch the Let's Play to find out. This is embarrassing. To be honest, this Let's Play I have so much fun with. Like, this is my most favorite series I have probably ever done on my YouTube channel, so I will link that playlist down below if you want to watch it. Don't feel like you have to, but like, the episodes aren't that long, so you can catch up. You also don't even have to catch up. Like, you could just start watching it from the new generation and be fine. It's just a lot of fun. I know I'm biased because I'm the one playing it, but like, I love The Sims. I've been having so much fun with this. Speaking of fun though, so all day today, I've been like cleaning my house. And I don't mean just like cleaning, I mean like cleaning my house. Do you know what I mean? Not just like picking stuff up and like wiping the counters. I'm like trying to deep clean my house because it's been a while. So I'm doing things like, you know, cleaning the oven and like cleaning out the under the sink cabinet and stuff like that. Like, I'm trying to like properly clean stuff, and I'm trying to make sure I get through everything before Dan moves in, because I need to like make space in the closet for him, and I need to like, I don't know, I want everything to be like ready, you know? So I'm trying to get rid of old stuff and like organize properly and everything. So I've been doing a lot of that today. I'm almost done. I finished like the whole kitchen living room area. I'm trying to work on my closet now. I started like taking everything down and trying to like refold it and put it away, which was a mistake, because now that's one of those things where like when you try and clean a closet, it has to get messier before it gets clean, you know? Like, you gotta take everything out to then put it back in. So now like half the things are out and not back in yet. So now I feel just more stressed, which was probably a mistake, but it's okay. We'll get through it. There's just clothes on my floor, and that's fine. I'm not upset about that. I can handle it. I can fix it. I've got a closet in this room too in my office, and it's like full of like cords and like camera equipment and like an extra ring light and like all kinds of stuff like that. I need to go through that and clear it out a little bit too. I also have so many random things that I've used for like videos or streams that I need to figure out a better solution for, because I have like the frog mask and like a hot dog costume and like a banana costume. Like, I've got so many just weird things that I don't know where to put. So I need to figure out a storage solution for my weird stuff. It's a very unique problem to have. But I've been like just trying to organize all day day, you know? One of those days. Truth be told, I need to do that in this sim save as well, because I've got like 4, this is so dumb. I'm like obsessed with these sims, but I have now like 4 generations worth of photos in this household that I want to keep all in the household inventory, but I've got so many random things. Like my sim, one of them had almost, I say almost 2 weddings because her fiance died the day of his wedding before they ended up getting married, and then she ended up remarrying someone else later on in her life. So like I've got like 4 generations and like 5 weddings worth of photos. I've got all this just stuff everywhere. One sim was a photographer, so he's got like all kinds of random photos. I need to go through and like get rid of duplicates and stuff. I need to like genuinely spend some time organizing my Sims inventory, which is, it's just so ridiculous. But I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna have fun doing it. Do you play The Sims like this, or is it just me? I know some of you do, but I know some of you probably don't at all, and you think I'm embarrassing. But I just like it. I like to have family photos. It makes me feel really happy. One of these days, I need to build a graveyard, too, for this save, because I've got so, this is so bad, but I've got so many graves. Like, again, we've got like 4 generations worth of graves just hanging out in my Sims pocket. So I need to go figure out a spot and like make a proper graveyard. Also, Nancy and Jeffrey Landgrab's graves are just in their front yard. Like I should probably go grab those and like put them in the graveyard too. They're welcome to join us, because them just being in the front yard is a little bit eerie, I'm not gonna lie. And you know what else? Nobody needs that constant reminder of Nancy Landgrab just across their street. Like, that's just not what I want to deal with right now. I don't need to think about her. Anyway, you can kind of see us finishing up the furnishing around here. My main process when I build houses, especially with things like this, where like I majorly furnished the whole downstairs, most of the upstairs, and then I was like, oh no, I'm really running out of money. Okay, stop. Just place down the like absolute necessities and then come back and decorate. So in the beginning, I was like properly furnishing the whole living room, filling it with decorations, you know, filling out the kitchen as much as I want. And then I was like, oh God, by the time I got to the bedrooms. So I was like, okay, slow down, just put the bare like minimum, the absolute essentials in these rooms, and then come back and put decorations on the walls afterward. Because then if we have the money, we can make sure we do it. But if we don't, we won't like have an empty bedroom, because that would be terrible, you know, if you like furnish every room except for one and then you're like, oh God, I have 8 simoleons left. And even so, I ended up spending like all of my Sims money. I tried to save up a little bit before I started this build. Like for the past couple weeks when I've been playing the save, I've been trying to like save up some money. So I had like 20k extra, and then the whole other house. So when I bulldozed that, I had like some extra money to add to the home. But I probably should have left myself with like a couple thousand simoleons instead of like going down to like 400, because I did go all the way down to like 400 simoleons. And that's probably really bad, because with my luck, the bills will be due tomorrow and I won't be able to afford them. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, okay? I'll figure it out. I am a little bit concerned about that, because the new heir is gonna work as a chef, and his dad is like a really prominent stylist. So his dad makes like 1,500 simoleons a day, and I'm gonna be making like 150 simoleons a day when I start off. So we're probably not gonna be able to afford the bills. But you know what? Again, we will cross that bridge when we come to it. I said I wanted to struggle, and so I shall. Thank God for debug landscaping, by the way, because without it, I would not have been able to finish this build. We did not have enough money left over to landscape, and I think I managed to make it look pretty good. So you can see on the outside of the house, because we're in the desert, like there's obviously not a lot of green space over here. So I put some like raised planter beds next to the house, and then I filled them with like cactus and stuff. I tried to match the trees that are sort of on the outside, like in the neighborhood, because this neighborhood does have some like big green patches of flowers and trees. I couldn't manage to make the flowers look right, like it looked a little bit weird, so I ended up switching it to just the cactus plants, but I did keep the trees, and I think it looks really nice all together. I love doing that where the whole house is on a platform, and then you can like have multiple layers of different platform heights to like have interesting landscaping in the front yard. I think it ended up looking pretty good. But on that note, the house is pretty much done. So I'm gonna pop into the game and show you the fully finished product and give you a quick tour. I am posting an episode of this series tomorrow, so if you wanna watch it, I'll have the playlist linked for you and ready to go. Don't worry. Oh, and their old house is on the gallery if you want it. Same thing with the custom content. You have to like click include CC for it to show up, even though it doesn't have any CC. Game just thinks it does. We live back here across from the land grabs. If it would load, I would show you the house. It's just being a little bit slow today. Oh, of course it's nighttime too. That's terrible. I don't want to skip ahead in time either because my sim's gonna die. My main Gen 3 sim's gonna die, so I don't want to like play a day because I'm scared the clock is ticking. But here's the house at nighttime. Waffle! The dog's name is Waffle. Waffle and Megan. Okay. Anyway, this is what the house looks like during the day. I am really, really pleased with the exterior of this house. I think the landscaping looks super cool. This wallpaper is from the Country Kitchen kit, and this flooring is from Dine Out. So if you're curious, I use a lot of packs in this house. Usually I try to limit my packs in builds that I do, but because this one was for me, like this house is very specific to what I need to play in. I just like use whatever. The backyard looks like this. I love this area. I love like the little rounded part for the lounge chairs. We've got the piranhas, the cow plant. I have a little outdoor kitchen. I'd like someday to be able to get a bar too. I'm just feeling like maybe we should wait until we have a bit more money. So that's the thing. These houses are constantly evolving, right? Like we're gonna keep adding to it over time. When you walk inside the house, there's like a little raised dining room. We have a huge gallery wall of all of our Sims. I'd give you a tour, but I'm not so sure you care. Maybe I'll tell you anyway. This was my Gen 1 sim. Her name was Amber. That's her wife, Miriam. This is the one who was gonna marry that guy and then he died that day. She ended up dating when she was like an adult, almost an elder, and then she got married to Miriam. And then they died, but she only had one kid. Her name was Belle. That's Belle's wife, Skyla. And then they had Noah. Noah married Mavis. You know, they're around. They had 3 kids. Here's the twins. And then this is the new heir, one of those twins, Cam, and his future husband, Gerald. Anyway, I love my Sims. Thank you for asking. This is the living room. It's got some weird things. I've got some like photos of the pets, the various pets over the years, and a cow plant, you know, classic. Oh, look at this. I've got pets on the wall. The fox was dirty when I took that picture, but I think that's okay. I think it looks kind of funny. Here's my kitchen. Those are my fire ants that I mentioned earlier. I love this layout for the kitchen. I think it looks really nice. The stairs, by the way, these doors are functional underneath them. I think that's so cool. So we have, this is like the family bathroom with the fire toilet. This is the office I was talking about. This is the grandparents' suite for Noah and his wife Mavis. They have an ensuite bathroom. Upstairs, we've got like a hangout room, kind of. I wanted to put a ping pong table really bad, and this space like fit it perfectly. So we got one of those. We've got a hall bath. This is for my new heir's twin brother to stay here. He's probably gonna move out soon, so like this will eventually be a kid's room for a future kid, but for now, Graham lives here. The other brother, the teenage brother Sam, lives in this room. His room, he really did get like the short end of the stick, didn't he? He has like the tiniest room, and I couldn't afford wall decorations, so he just got like all the ones I had in my inventory. These like random paintings my Sims had made over the years, but also Yoda. He has Yoda. And then this is the main bedroom, the primary bedroom, if you will, for Cam and his husband Gerald. They're not even engaged. I keep calling him his husband, but they're not even engaged yet. And then this is the last like main bathroom. And that's the whole house. Again, I'm not so sure you want to download it. It's very specific to my tastes. But if you'd like it, you can. And I'm pretty proud of this one. I never build things like this, so it's like really out of my comfort zone. And I think it turned out pretty cute. So I am excited to play in it, and then excited to eventually bulldoze it and make a new one like 5 more times. It'll be fun. If the idea of this series excites you at all, I will link that playlist down below, and I can link the past builds for the like past Legacy Challenge houses too, because I think it's fun to like watch people's builds of their actual gameplay. Because you know what? I think it's fun to watch builds for like actual gameplay. It's one thing to build a house for like an imaginary family, but when you're actually like playing with the Sims that live there, it's a completely different ballgame to try and build a home for it, and it's kind of fun to like hear how people play The Sims, you know? I like this kind of thing. Anyway, I'll stop rambling at you. On that note, I'm gonna go. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Now I need to go finish organizing my closet because I've got clothes all over the floor. Oh no, what have I done?